What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're talking about who we're rooting for in the NBA Finals. Um,
Or
who
who we're
wanna go
rooting
first?
against.
Let's who we're rooting against? Nah, who are we rooting for? Okay, Mike, who are you rooting for in the finals?
Who am I rooting for? Who I'm rooting for? I'm rooting for the Phoenix Suns.
All right,
Just okay. Okay. There's two reasons. First reason is just for Chris Paul. I mean, like he's been in the league long enough. I think he deserves to win it. Um, Second reason is I don't think the Bucks deserve to win it this year. Um, if they were playing if they had a really good playoff, I think yeah, I would definitely root for them. But I just don't think they play well enough or they play good enough to deserve this title. First it was the Brooklyn series. Wait, who did they beat the first game?
Miami,
First Miami. All right,
Miami.
okay. So that one was technical knockout. Is like they deserve that. They play well. Against the Nets, I think they were really lucky to come out of that series. And they still barely got out of it. Because KD was sensational. And they had a bad series. Right? Because pretty much it was just KD against like the Bucks three superstars. And James Harden was injured, like only playing with one leg, and then Kyrie didn't even play for the last like 2-3 games. So for them to only escape, you know, yeah, I don't think they deserve that. And then the Hawks series, I think that's probably the most disappointing series I think they have. I know Giannis was injured for like the last 3 games or 2 games, but you know, I think from the beginning, in the beginning of before the series start, I think everybody predicted them to like just get through them easy, like probably a sweep or even like a 5 game series to make it to a six to get to 6 games with Trey Young injured and didn't play the last 2 games. I don't think that's acceptable. As you're supposed to be the elite team in the Eastern Conference, so yeah, I just don't think they deserve to win it this year. So yeah,
Well,
I'm
here's
rooting
the
for
thing.
Suns all the way.
Um,
Okay, counter that, Clark. Counter that. I know you have a counter already because I have one.
not a counter, just how I feel. Okay, like the reason why you said you're rooting for Suns for Chris Paul, and the reason why I'm rooting for the Bucks is because of Chris Paul. Like, like I don't have a horse in this race this year, so I'm not invested in any of these teams.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but Chris Paul, like,
I I
gosh, when I
I
watch
was
him
just
play, when I watch him do the flops and try to like draw fouls and like the dirty plays, it just makes me want to root against him, right?
I mean I'm gonna ignore those, and I was just gonna be like, hey, he did like I think he's for him to be in the league for so long, and I think he is one of the best point guard that's been in the league. Um, you know, in like recent years, I think he deserved to win this one, and I feel like if it was any other year or if he already won one previous year, I might not rooted for them for the Suns, but I feel like just his service time and like I mean he had a big impact in the league as well.
Oh,
Like
for
may
sure.
like he's might be like one of the most traditional point guard the NBA have seen for like in recent year after pretty much after Jason Kidd retired. So I just feel like just for that, I'm rooting for him to win it. Um, yeah, and yeah. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah. Okay, I think the Bucks. I think they did really well against Miami. Like you give them credit, they had their revenge right against the team that beat them last season. Brooklyn, yeah, that was disappointing because they didn't have like two of their stars. But what was surprising for me is once Giannis went down, I thought it was over for the Bucks. But
Yeah,
they
me
beat them
too.
twice with just Middleton and Holiday. Like that's really surprising. I gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah, I am rooting for the Bucks because as much as root I didn't like the Bucks this season when they play against the Nets, but I still really like Giannis as a player. I think like just just learning his story and seeing his personality, I think it's like he's like a great guy to root for, right? It's very easy to root for him. And on the opposite hand, there's Chris Paul. Like everybody hates Chris.
Yeah.
It's like that type of vibe. And I get the narrative. Like, he's what, 16, 17 years in the league, right? Um, like absolute like great player. He's probably what, top 5 point guard locked
Yeah.
of all time. Probably top
Yeah.
5. I think probably, I don't know. You could probably make a case for him being top 5 locked all time, right? But I think I just it's just so hard for me to root for him, right? Like, if anything, I feel like Suns had a more disappointing type of playoff run because
Well,
they
yeah,
never
it was
went against a team that was fully healthy. All the
exactly.
teams they played against was like injured,
Yeah.
and not just like rotational injury. You know what I mean? Like superstar injury. Every team's losing one superstar against them, right? It's like, hey, take off. I'll fight you. I'll fight you with one hand. It's kind of like that, right? And I don't know, but I've been thinking about it. Like, I don't know if you guys agree with me, but do you guys think winning this championship for Chris Paul, like how much of an impact would it be for his career?
It would be a big. I think it's a big impact because
Big
then you
impact.
can't knock him, right? Because all the like, I can think of 3 guys ahead of him. So Magic, Steph, Isaiah Thomas, like those guys have multiple championships, right? So when you put Chris Paul in top 5, like
Well,
that's what he's used to.
can like older players, like even older players like Jerry West, right? Can Jerry West top him? Can
Well, Jerry
or
West is a
maybe
shooting guard.
okay,
He's
true,
a
true,
point
true.
guard, yeah.
My bad. Can okay,
There's
what
maybe
about
like
like,
maybe like Oscar Robertson.
yeah, what about like John Stockton?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, but Stockton kind of. I
Stock,
mean,
Stockton's
he's in
better.
the era where with Jordan. So I mean, you like if it was any other team other than the Bulls, he could have won 1 or 2,
They probably
right?
would have won two. They probably would have won 97 and 98,
Yeah.
right?
So,
Yeah.
Um, okay, but
but
what
like
about, okay? How would you guys place Chris Paul like amongst Jason Kidd and Steve Nash?
well, I mean,
Because
I won't put him higher.
Paul.
I think growing up, like my definition of like, oh, like the best point guards in our league is these two guys. Like growing up until they retired, I'm like, oh, these two guys are like, the greatest point guards
I feel
that we've
like
seen, like point guards, right? Like traditional.
I feel like if right now if we're ranking, okay, let's say if we're ranking them from top to bottom, I feel like I'm gonna put Paul, Nash, and then Kidd.
Okay.
Really? You're putting Chris Paul above Jason Kidd and Steve Nash?
Well, okay, okay, I feel like Jason Kidd is okay. Jason Kidd, I feel like he's more. Would you consider him more defensively, more
Yeah, he's good.
defensive point guard?
Not
Because he doesn't really score, right? He's not a scorer. Like he does his like I don't know what his career average, but just watching like old clips of Jason Kidd, he's never you never consider him a good offensive contributor, but like he does the rebounding, the assists, and then he's like decent offensively, and then Nash is like good shooter, right? One of the best shooter in the league in history, right? Pretty efficient.
okay. Okay. Jason Kidd took the Nets to the finals. He won a championship with Dallas, right? So he's a champ. Steve Nash has 2 MVPs, and Chris Paul has none of that. No championship, no MVPs.
Well, I feel
Yeah.
like Chris Paul have his team. I don't think his team was ever as great as
No, you can't
Nash
say
had
that.
with
No, I can't say
Phoenix.
that. Can't say that.
You can't say
Like
that because the Nets
he
were trash without J Kidd. Like
right.
it was Kerry Kittles,
Yeah,
Richard.
but but so are we not considered Jefferson and Kenyon Martin
they were like Richard Jefferson was just a runner slasher, and Kenyon Martin was just a dunker. Like
Yeah, but they were all-star though.
But
Are we
was
take
not
because of
Kit,
Jason Kidd.
take
like
Kit off the team. So I was gonna say, like, take Nash off of the Phoenix Suns. I don't care about Amar Stoudemire. Like, that guy's not doing anything. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have a point guard to let him roll and do his pick
no,
and
wow,
pop and
no, that
pick
is
and
that
roll.
is kind of foul, yo. That
Do
is
you do you
kind
remember?
Amari. Okay, yes,
Amari
I
is good.
understand.
Amari is
I
good. But
understand.
what
Yeah,
was
but
he doing before Steve
no.
Nash, and what was he doing after Steve Nash?
Wow, no, that is that
Well,
is a
Right?
it's
little
kind of
bit
true, Mike.
that's a little bit disrespectful. I
No,
feel.
it's kind of true because he was playing with Stephon Marbury in Phoenix as a
Mhm.
rookie.
No, I'm not saying, I'm not denying that, like, Amari didn't get so much better when Nash went to the team. But I'm just saying, wow, that is like a little bit the disrespect.
If I want to put it,
Amari.
like, if I want to be harsh about it, yeah, I can definitely say that. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, Amari is a great player, right? And you can say he can make a case that he can find success anywhere, but we didn't see it, right? It's like his prime is pretty short lived too, right? It's like, what, only like
But
4 or
that's also
5
with
years,
his injury, though, right?
right? That's true. That's true. But
Like
I mean,
because I don't think we saw the best of Amari in the Knicks, right? Because he was in
No, he
he
was already
got in.
done. Yeah,
Yeah, he was injured by the time he already he had one good season at
yeah.
in the Knicks, and
yeah,
then he was just done, right?
yeah,
But I feel like if he wasn't injury prone, you don't know, right? You don't know what. Okay, like, it's not fair for me. It's not fair for you to say what was his, like, ceiling, right, for
yeah.
Amari if he was healthy in the Knicks, because then we can determine whether he was actually like a like a superstar, right? Because
Mhm.
he was a superstar in the Suns, but in the Knicks he had one good season and then he just injured, so you don't know anymore. Um, but yeah, look. So going back to the debate, yeah, I would say Chris Paul when he was younger, he can take over a game, and for his size, because he was a pretty, would you guys consider him undersized?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
6 feet, but he's super strong.
Yeah, so like I feel like for him that he can take over a game as a point guard, I feel like I feel like he deserved to be, at least for me, he'll be above Nash.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I feel
No,
like
that's fair.
Nash had a
Like,
better. I feel like
that's a
I feel
fair
like
opinion.
Nash
I
had a
would take.
better team the whole career, in his whole career. Like at least until he start getting injured, right? Like
Well,
he was
even
in
when he was
Dallas.
injured, he had Kobe, right?
Yeah, no, but he was
We
already.
can
He
say
only
that,
played
right?
one
The
game,
haters can
right?
say that.
No, but he
He'd
played
be
one
like, yeah, I
game.
played like 2 games.
Yeah, right. So like in Dallas, sorry, yeah, in Dallas,
Yeah, Dallas,
he had
he had a good.
he
He
already
had
had a good team, right?
Dirk, right?
And then
Finley.
Phoenix, he had the whole squad there.
Yeah.
Chris Paul's always been kind of like playing by himself until he went to the
Well,
Clippers.
Hey,
no,
that's not
yeah,
true.
but
He started
Hey,
New Orleans. He
but
had
Peja,
David West, Peja Stoyako, and he had a young David West, who was like a
yeah,
total.
well,
but
okay. Let's not talk about New Orleans because they actually weren't that great, right? But
Yeah,
if you want to talk about it, like Clippers, that was a pretty solid team. Like
sure.
oh
like
no,
the
no, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah
Clippers,
yeah
yeah,
yeah yeah
Clippers
yeah
until he went to the Clippers, he's been kind of like carrying whichever team that he was in, right?
yeah.
And then
But like
Jason Kidd was
I don't
like,
really buy it, like, right? When you get to the Clippers and then they don't win anything, and then everybody just doesn't blame him and just say, oh, it's because they're lacking a wing, like, oh, they lack a solid small forward. I'm like, bro, you
Yeah,
have like a good shooting guard, you have a good power forward, you have a good center, you have a good point guard, and you're just gonna blame that one piece you don't have. Like, come on, man, you can't do that.
yeah,
I don't know. I think okay. Here's objectively, Chris Paul is a better scorer than both Jason Kidd and
Hmm.
Steve Nash.
Probably
Uh,
combined.
he's also a better defender than
Yeah.
Steve
Then
Nash.
Nash for sure.
Yeah, Jason Kidd's a bit bigger. So, but
And
here's
he's a
but
equally as good playmaker, I think.
yeah, and Steve Nash is just phenomenal to watch with the Phoenix team.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
offensively, Steve
up for
Nash is
debate.
good.
I
It's
think what
great.
we're forgetting is the right before that you had Stockton and Gary Payton. Like those guys were are really good.
Oh
too.
yeah, I definitely think they should be up there.
So I don't know. I don't know if he automatic a top 5, but if he wins the championship, he's got a strong case.
He got a strong case for top 5. He wins championship. If
Yeah,
not, you can put him top 7. You can make
top
him top
8,
7,
top 10, top.
top 10 for sure. Like I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not
top
gonna put
10.
him
I think we
anything
should
under
do
top 10.
I think we should do a future episode on that. Like just point guard, like top 10 point guards. I think
Yeah.
we could do something like that.
Okay, so back to my case for rooting, like more reason to root for Giannis. I think this championship means more to Giannis's career than Chris Paul's career. Because if we look at Giannis right now, this guy is 27. He's 27. What does he have in his bag? He has one defensive player of the year. He has two MVPs in his bag already. If he wins finals and a finals MVP this year at 27, that's on track to be better than MJ. Like let's just say like for like I'm not gonna say he's better than MJ, right? I'm saying I see your face, Clark. I'm saying accolades wise, MJ doesn't.
Yeah. He's
He
done
doesn't,
it
right?
earlier. He's done it earlier than
Right, and
anybody else.
he's not like, oh, like not like the Kobe type of like argument where you can say, okay, he had a Shaq, right? Kobe, oh, he had like 3 championships by the time he was 24, right? Like no, like Giannis is the guy, right?
Yeah,
So and
it'll be
he's even
impressive.
on track better than LeBron too, right? LeBron won it when he was 27, right? So you could say that like he's
Oh,
All
so
right.
actually on track to becoming like a
Don't
top 15, top 10 player.
don't get me wrong. I agree with you, Alex. I don't
Mm-hmm.
hate. I don't dislike Giannis. I actually agree with you 100%. Like I think he's super likable.
Yeah,
He looks like a very genuine, like,
yeah, yeah,
good person.
yeah.
He doesn't have that ego like from other superstars, like some
Mm-hmm.
superstars.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like when I watch him play, I just feel like he really needs to develop like
he has like he
other
has
stuff
one move.
others. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like yeah,
I can't
the
even
the skills component
yeah,
is
like every single game, like yeah, he's super efficient. Like there's no, I'm not even saying it, there's nothing about like efficiency wise. Like he's super efficient. Like every game you see in his stats, he's giving you rebounds, giving you assists and all that stuff. But like it's just like every game you already kind of predict what he's gonna do, right?
well, but
It's kind
can
of
we
like
say that this is what Shaq would look like if we forced Shaq to play a modern game?
No, Shaq was way bigger and way slower.
okay,
Right?
of course
Can we?
there's
Well, no, but like Orlando Shaq, right? Like if we forced Shaq to play this type of like dribble drive type,
I think
what do
the
you think, Mike?
expectation is different though, because Shaq is a center, right? People are gonna say, "Oh, okay, that what is like the expectation of us for a center, elite center, right?" But then I think Giannis, because he's always been like he came out from college or came out from the draft as a small forward. Is
Yeah,
that what he's
but
listed as?
his height and his weight tells
Yeah,
you
so he's listed
like
as a small forward. So the expectation is different for Giannis, right? So
right.
how many years has it been in the league? Like what, like 6 years,
No, way more than that.
7?
He's been in the league for like 8, 9 years. He got in the league
Yeah.
when he was 18.
So for okay, like, and don't get me wrong, like I have to say that again, like he went from somebody that was like people doesn't even have high hopes for him into a all superstar, right? So give him all the credits, but it's just been feel like for the past like 2 3 seasons, it's just been very stagnant. Like his playing style is still the same. Like yes, you see that like he have improved on his shot, on his
Mm-hmm.
shooting
Mm-hmm.
and threes, but then during the clutch time, I feel like all this
You can't give him a ball because he has no
yeah
move.
yeah
Yeah.
I feel like teams just need to be much like, yo, give him, like, just don't let him drive in, and then yeah, if he makes a a mid-range jumper, make a three, oh yeah, let him, give him props. But as long as you keep him off the paint, you guys are like, the chances of you winning that game is higher than you losing,
You know what
right?
he's like?
I
He's
agree.
no, I'm not saying his play style, but the way he functions is he's kind of like KG. like at the end of the game, you can't give the ball to KG. KG has
Mhm.
0 moves. He's got a
Mhm.
shot, and that's it.
Mhm.
Right? So he always needed shooter
Yeah.
or someone to close the game, like a Paul Pierce, Sam Cassell, Latrell Sprewell, even
Yeah.
Wally Zerbiak. Like he needed somebody to close the game.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what Giannis is like. That's what he's missing. Like he can't
Yeah,
take
not
over.
even and not even saying like the closing the game, like, but just even in the free throw line, like, you know, he maybe he would be like, you would trust him more if he can even make the free throws. But the thing is, he can't even you can't even trust him on the free throw line right now, right? So like, yeah, he might not have. Okay, so I feel like that's how it works. So he doesn't have doesn't have a mid range jumper, but if you can trust him on the free throw line, then yeah, like you can still give him the ball in the last like couple minutes of the game. But you can't even give him the ball because he doesn't have that much free confidence
Yeah.
hitting the free throws either.
Mhm.
So that really limits what the Bucks can do for their late game strategy, right?
Mhm.
So it's always gonna be Middleton or Drew, and then
Mhm.
you hope that they make the shots, and then if they miss, you hope that Giannis get the rebound and put it back up, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like that. Always gonna be Giannis shortcoming if he doesn't do something to make it better or practice more on those.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, like a lot of people like to say he's unskilled, but like at the same time, I think dribbling, passing, all that, they're all skills too, right? Like someone for his size, right? He's basically like a Rudy Gobert. We would never expect Rudy Gobert to dribble the ball, right? Or to pass the ball, right? So it's
Okay,
just
so
perspectives.
we know who we're rooting for. Like, okay, predictions and outcome.
Ooh, I actually don't know because it's too hard right now because we have no idea when Giannis is coming back, if he's coming back, and what he looks like.
I think the Suns are gonna win.
You think the
Even
Suns are
though I'm
gonna
rooting
win?
for them, I think they're gonna win. Like if there's no injuries, right?
Yeah, I can't tell you any like in how many games or whatnot, but if Bucks comes back, I can't see the Bucks losing.
Suns. Oh, if Giannis comes back, you can't see them losing.
No, if Giannis comes back like healthy, like he's playing just like before,
Really?
I
Wow.
I can't see them losing. Like I don't
Well,
think they'll lose.
depends like which Chris Middleton shows up. Like prime MJ Middleton or like bench
Yeah, true,
Middleton.
true. Yeah.
I
um,
think. Oh, sorry, Clark. Go
Hey,
ahead.
no,
but
no, no.
that's but hey, but that's the thing with Middleton though. So the thing is like if he's gonna have like the Chris Middleton game one, he's gonna come in game two
Yeah.
looking like prime MJ, right? You already know that's actually something that's very interesting about Middleton. I like to say about that.
So Mike, who do you have winning? Not who you're rooting for.
Well, I think Suns is more. Damn, I don't think I
Mike's
should
rooting
say
for
that,
the
but
winner.
I'm gonna say I feel like they're more consistent. Like I feel like I can expect the Suns what Suns will do, but I have no clue what the Bucks will do every game.
That's fair. Yeah,
That's
Especially
fair.
Drew and Middleton, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they play really well the last two games in their series against the Hawks, but the other four games they were pretty poor, to be honest. So I think for the Bucks side of things, they really need, yeah, like you guys said, Chris Middleton is the key. Um, Depending if Giannis can come back. If Giannis don't come back, then yeah, you need Middleton and Drew to really take the load for the scoring, and then you hope like Brook Lopez also contribute because he did really well the last two games, right? He
33 points. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
right. So I think for the Suns, I think DeAndre Ayton, right? If Giannis comes back, I think Ayton uh
Probably in foul
we need to
trouble.
show up on both sides. Um, because if Giannis doesn't come back, I think Aiden will have a pretty good series against Brook Lopez. I don't think Lopez can guard him. And then Also, I think Devin Booker. We're gonna
Just tell
we need
me,
to see.
Mike. Just
Huh?
tell me who you got winning.
I got the Suns.
Okay,
I got the Suns. Yeah,
Suns, and how
Suns.
many?
Well, I thought we're not gonna talk about how many games.
Why not?
Well, if you want to, you can.
Yeah,
Oh
I say Suns in 6 is what I
no,
feel.
me too. No. I think it's Suns in 6 too. I think they need to play more than 5. So yeah, Suns in 6.
The
Alex-
Suns in 6. Wait,
Alex.
the guys. I don't know, man. So I'll say Bucks in 7.
Really, you honestly believe that in your heart?
I will believe that Bucks can win it
Bucks
in
in
7.
7. Okay.
Because I do see that they are on a mission. You know, they're on a mission, and I just don't believe. I just don't believe that a team like the Suns, who has like what majority of the roster has never even been in the playoffs, they can really just go in the playoffs and have no scars and just win a chip. Like if I don't know, have you guys ever seen a team do that? Go in the playoffs, no scars, no playoff scars. Like any team, any great team has all had that. You know, they go in there, they lose
That's
heartbreaking
just-
series, right? And then they'll come back next year and then they'll win it.
Actually, I think what was it? I would say the Spurs on their first championship run,
97, the 99,
99
the
season.
Tim
Yeah.
Duncan one.
They
That one,
just
yeah.
went in and they just killed New York, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's the last one I can remember where they didn't. Yeah, they didn't get bounced.
Yeah, true. That year the Bulls were done, and
It
somehow
was a lockout.
Indiana lost.
Yeah,
Was that that was a lockout season, right?
that's lockout season. Yeah,
Okay.
but every other team has lost.
And most of them has lost really
How
bad
about the
series
Piston?
too.
How about the Piston? In 04? Did they lose previous year?
It took them they only won one, right? And that team was together for like 5, 6
No, but
years.
they lost. They lost the previous year, right? To the Nets.
The-
Is that what happened?
2003.
Maybe Indiana.
They
I can't
they
remember.
they must have been together before that.
Yeah, they've been together for a little bit.
Yeah. And they kept adding like pieces and whatnot, like adding pieces and stuff, but it's fine, right? But like
Yeah,
the
last
core,
piece,
right?
The last piece was Rasheed Wallace.
Yeah, but She Wallace was the last piece, right? After
Yeah.
he came from Portland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Suns in 6, but I do think Drew Holiday will have a way better series than what we've seen.
Well,
Just
like
because of
Charles Barkley, right? Like what he said. He said the greatest thing that came out of the Giannis injury is the Drew Holiday woke up.
Oh, is that what Chuck said?
That's what
Okay.
Charles Barkley said.
I just think he doesn't match up very well with like the quick point guards. Like we always like say, oh, he's a great defender. Like he gets killed by every like quick small point guard, but Chris Paul isn't as fast and he's just as strong, right? And he's bigger. So I think defensively, like he'll be way better this series than against Trae Young or Kyrie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen him get cooked too many times. So maybe this time he can, you know, show up and not get cooked.
I think he'll be all right. Yeah, I mean, it's a good battle, like between Holiday and Chris Paul, like two veteran point guards.
Hey, I want to ask you guys one question though. If this like, who's guarding Campaign? No one's gonna be able to contain Cameron Payne. He's probably gonna come out there on the bench, score like 25 points against Bryn Forbes.
Bryn Forbes, yeah. I don't know. The Bucks bench, like every time I watch Pat Connaughton take a three, I'm just like, automatic, it's a miss. Automatic. Like why are you still shooting? I don't know. And when it goes in, I'm like, what?
He went in?
Yeah.
It's a surprise.
Yeah, I'm always surprised when his threes go in.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this series pans out for both teams, right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for tuning in.